Hi there. So, if you are just starting out in PR, it can feel like there's a million things to remember, like pitching, writing press releases, or building relationships. And honestly, it's easy to make mistakes. So, in today's video, we are going to talk about some of the top mistakes new PR professionals make, give you a few examples, as well as how to avoid them. So, let's get started. The first one is sending generic pitches. Now, nothing kills a journalist's attention faster than a pitch that feels like it was sent to 100 other people. Personalization matters. So, now, for example, sending the same press release about a new app to every tech journalist without mentioning why it's relevant to them. Even if the journalists are all within tech, they might have a different focus. So what might work for the one might not work for the next. Another one is, having a generic email with generic information. Like right here, AI is changing everything. There's nothing newsworthy about this. It doesn't have a news hook. There's no credibility by saying, I'm an expert and this is why I'm the best person to answer this. There is a lot of repetitive information in such a short quote. So, artificial intelligence is everywhere. AI is in everything. AI is in everything. So, it doesn't have a lot of value. So, when a journalist comes across an email like this, they are going to skip it. And then the next one is pitching at the wrong time. Now, timing can make or break your pitch. New PR professionals often forget to consider the journalist's workflow or news cycle. For example, sending a pitch about a product launch late Friday afternoon. By Monday, it's buried in a mountain of other emails that were sent over the weekend that the journalist might not have gotten to. Another one is not considering when a query was sent out. For example, this was sent out January 25th, and today is the 18th of Feb. Now, it's almost like what, 3 weeks later. So the chances of the journalist are looking for quotes for this particular story, it's not as high anymore. So you would want to make sure that you are pitching within the first 3 days when finding a query, unless there is a very specific deadline on there. You would want to make sure that you do pitch within the first few days so that your query, or should I say your pitch, is still relevant to the journalist. The next one would be overloading with information. Now, sometimes newbies include every single detail in their first email. Now, less is more. Keep it concise. For example, a press release with 5 pages of product specs, full history of the company, and unrelated marketing data. The journalist just can't see the story through all of the clutter because the message is getting lost within all of the content. Now, the same with an email with too much information. Let's say you are responding to a query, and now you might think, okay, so I don't want to send out a generic email. So now I've got to overload it with too much information, or a lot of information. So as you can see here, our team has done a lot of research. So over the past year, we've analyzed all of these. So now, like I mentioned previously, you want to come across as a professional, you want to come across as an expert that is that showcases why you are the best person to be answering a specific question or sending that pitch. However, this all of this, the journalist just doesn't want to know this. They want to know, okay, have you done your research? Okay, no, that's fine. You've done your research. You can mention one or two things, but that is just too much. And then all of this information here, it's just too much for them. And then it's overloaded with information. However, at the same time, it's also not saying much. So the message is just lost here. That's if there is even a message within this, because again, AI is taking over everything. So it just feels, again, generic, but in a longer version. So now next is not following up, or following up too much. Now, not following up can make you invisible, but following up every day makes you annoying. is a balance. So, for example, sending one follow up email a week later is fine. However, sending 3 emails in a day does come off as a bit pushy. So, you have to make sure that you know exactly when to contact the journalist. You can create a follow up email, and then, let's say within 3 to 5 days, if you know perhaps that query was urgent, so within 3 to 5 days to send a follow up, or maybe you can wait for a week. However, sending 3 to 4 emails in a single week, knowing that the journalist has other stories to focus on, the journalist is getting hundreds of other pitches a week. Instead of making them notice you, you're going to annoy them to the point where they don't want to reach out to you or receive any pitches from you anyway. And then ignoring relationships. Now, PR isn't about pitching once. It's about building long-term relationships with journalists. Now, new PR professionals often focus only on the story, so they only focus on pitching to that one story and then moving along. Now, for example, never checking in or engaging on social media and only emailing when you want coverage. Now, that makes you a one time contact, not a trusted source, and this is going to make it difficult for you to build a media list. Now, it's okay for you to think that, okay, it has to benefit you. You want those media mentions, and that's fine. However, it has to benefit the journalist as well, not just you. So building that relationship ensures that you always have an opportunity to, let's say, pitch your expertise. However, a journalist has a contact that they can always reach out to. So you have to make it or build a relationship that works out for both of you. And then the last would be not proofreading or fact checking. Now, errors in your pitch or press release makes you look careless. Always double check your work. For example, misspelling the journalist's name or misquoting a statistic can hurt credibility immediately. They are looking for experts. So if you are providing incorrect information, you immediately seem like, okay, you might not be the best person to providing me with information, because how can I trust what you are saying in future? It's going to be the correct information that I can provide to my audience. So you have to make sure that you do proofread everything, fact check all of your information, and also focus on the spelling and grammar. That can also make your pitch or your press releases look unprofessional. Lastly, and here's the most important thing, it's okay to make mistakes. Everyone starts somewhere, and even some of the best PR professionals out there didn't get it right the first time. So, what matters is learning from your errors, adjusting your approach, and growing with every pitch. So, remember, PR is about creativity and persistence as it is knowing about the rules. So, don't stress about being perfect. Focus on improving with each story you tell.